What's good, everybody? Welcome to the video. I hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. I've actually been having a great week. There's nothing I can really complain about. The only thing I have a complaint about is the fucking heat. I hate sleeping in the summer. Sleeping in the summer, I feel like that is the equivalent to being waterboarded. It's just like, it's torture, dude. Waking up because it's hot, like you had a good sleep and you wake up and it's like you're sweating. You wipe your neck and your neck has sweat on it. Just bullcrap, man. I hate it. And I have the fan on, I have the AC on, and it's still hot, bro. I can't wait for winter. I'm so tired of summer. But we're not here to talk about the seasons, right? As much because if we were, I'd be here forever. We're here to talk about the BabyDrop account, as we have been the last few days over a couple videos. And in case you're one of those people who have not watched any of those videos, I'll give you a little bit of a TLDR. So I took a bit of a hiatus from this game, right? I just wasn't having fun with the game. Came back because I had that itch, right? We all have it. If you're a casual, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You'll play the game for like 2 or 3 months, and then you'll quit for like a month, and then you'll come back and play for 2 or 3 months. It's just a cycle. It's an endless cycle of us quitting and then coming back and then quitting and coming back. It's just how the game works. And that's how I work, bro. That's how I work, sadly. But I came back and I kind of got onto this account, and I was like, man, this account has a lot of potential. It just needs someone who's going to put in the effort into this account. And I kind of talked about that in the first video. After the first video, I just kept playing, and I was like, I really want to get back into playing this game, but I don't know if I can do it on this account because everything is such a mess. It's such a cluster of just like nonsense. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just go back. Let's just wipe the entire account, right? It's like, let's just unruin everything and just rebuild all of our teams again. And that's just kind of what we've been doing. In the last video, I think we got Giants, Dragons, all of the Rift Beasts, R5 done, right? We got a couple dungeon teams re-ruined. Our units were looking good. Got a couple compliments, and then obviously a couple people think that my units are trash, which we'll talk about that in a second. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, we're just in the middle of rebuilding our account, getting all of our teams done. And we did get a couple more teams done, which is what we're going to look at today. But on the note of people with their opinions, I'm completely fine with you leaving your opinion. If you think that my units are not great, or you think I'm making a mistake, by all means, leave it in the comment section. I take criticism. I'm completely fine with taking criticism. That's how I learn, right? I never claim to be the most perfect player in the world. I'm not a pro. My account is not top tier, right? I just make whatever content that I can. And if you think, oh, well, you're building your Char wrong, if you're building your Lucian wrong, if you're building your Veramos wrong, it's like, by all means, say it. And I'd like to see what it is that you have to say about it in the comment section. And I'm more than willing to have a civil argument about it. Or a civil discussion about it, right? Like, legitimately. Like, I'm never going to react with hate. I mean, heck, in the last video, I know some people, like, obviously were like, I don't know, like, that unit doesn't look all that great. And it's like, cool. It is what it is, bro. These units, give it time. When I play this game more and more and more, and I start collecting more and more runes, I'll best believe my Tashar will be faster, better, and stronger than every single other Tashar on the server. In fact, give it time, my Lucian will be better than yours. All of my units will be better than yours because I'm him, and you're not. And you're not me, right? But we're not here to talk about how you're not me, because if we continue to talk about it, you'll become depressed. So what we're here to talk about are the 3 teams, right? Necropolis and not spiritual realm. Necropolis, Punisher's Crypt, and Steel Fortress. Let's talk about Necropolis. Let's look at the times that it took for me to. Times? Can I speak fucking properly? Let's look at the clear time. So for Necropolis, you'll see Abyss Hard, 49 seconds. Not bad. Not bad at all, if I could say so myself. I mean, 49 seconds is pretty decent. I mean, I just rebuilt the team that everyone's using. It's a very meta team. It's a speed team for a lot of people. I mean, you look at the strategy info, it is the top 2 teams. It's the top 3 teams technically, but it is one of the best teams out there, and I believe it's actually pretty free-to-play friendly. Far more than the one with the Akaru. So, like, this was the one I was using before, right? Obviously, I just replaced it with Saren. I guess I should kind of explain this team a little bit to those of you who are newer than I to the game, or you just don't know about this team, because I had never used this team before, right? I didn't even have Saren built until like a day or 2 ago. But there's a problem with my team. For one, Abigail is awakened. This is Abigail right here. Abigail doesn't need to be awakened because her skill 2 is, I believe, a 2-hit. Yeah, it's a 2-hit, which you don't want that. You want to have only skill 1 and skill 2, which those are anywhere from 3 hits up to 8 hits, I believe. Yeah, up to 8 hits. So tons of multi-hits. It has better cycling, all that stuff. You'll have faster clear times at a more consistent rate, right? But because mine is awakened, because I awakened her before anything, right? It's just I now have to deal with skill 2, but it's not that big of a deal if you do have her awakened. It's not going to mean the difference between having like a 40-second run or a 48-second run or a 2-minute run, right? It's just like you'll still have a relatively fast runtime. It's just a bit slower, right? Which to me, it's just like I'm not aiming for speed teams here. I'm aiming for teams that work. It just so happened that I could make a team that's relatively fast, but I do think that this is a free-to-play team to a degree. So the runes that they have are a little bit more. I'm not gonna say end game. Like I'm not gonna say that they look end game. They're not end game looking, but it's like you won't be able to go from like. I mean, this is not the build that you'll have like if you go from giants to here, right? But eventually you will throw all these runes on them. It's just the violent and the revenge help immensely because there are going to be times when you get attacked by the Necropolis boss and you'll get like 1 or 2 of them that counterattack, and that's just going to help take down the shields, causing you, you take less time in the stages. But let's talk about how this team works. So Abigail will go first. She will defense break most of the time with her skill 2, or if you're like me and you awaken her, sometimes she'll use this one, but or her skill 3. But most of the time she skill 2s, and everyone gets defense broken. That's when your other units like Saren, Ryok, and Aster come in to kind of destroy the enemies. What usually happens is like Aster and Saren will attack and use their multi-hits and you'll take down most units. But after that happens, most of the enemies that are left are severely weakened, and that's when Ryok comes in to clean up with his passive, where whenever he kills an enemy, he gets another turn, and his cooldowns are reduced by 1. So he just helps clear a bunch of... you guys get clear waves super fast, right? And then Shaman is obviously there to be the massive damage dealer. I mean, it's the same typical Necropolis team. The only difference is Saren. So before Saren, you had a Karu. Saren, I believe this team is more free to play because Saren is easier to build. Ikaru was insanely difficult to build, especially like if you were a new player, right? It required so much more work because he has this insane defense requirement where you have to have around 2,500 bonus defense. So it's really hard to reach that. But with Saren, it's just like you can see like my Saren is not the best, but it's just speed, crit damage, attack with like semi-tanky substats. And she works so much better. She has more multi-hits. Her combos are just as effective as Ikaru's. I don't know if it's every 4 turns, while his is like every 2 turns or something like that, if I recall. 3 turns. So really not that big of a difference in cooldown, and you won't even notice it because as you go through each wave, the cooldown is decreased and all that. You will not notice it. I'm telling you, it is better. But she is better because 2 hits here, 3 hits here, and then 4 hits here while bringing other allies with her. So that technically, it's like you could take down any unit with a skill 3. I mean, we could just take a look at it. Sadly, I haven't prepared any type of script or nothing. So it's just, I'm just going to stutter. That was the worst rotation I've ever seen. I've never seen her not land everything. But, so, God, this run is going to look so stupid. But this run, I mean, is anywhere from 49 seconds at its fastest to about a minute 2 or a minute 3. Right? On average, it sits around 50 seconds to a minute. That's what I get consistently. But, I've never lost one. It looks like I'm about to lose, but this has literally been the worst run so far that I've ever had on this team. But as you can see, it's like we clear relatively fast. And then even when you get into the boss stage, she moves. She pretty much almost takes down the entire shield. By the time Saren moves, it's like she's guaranteeing to take down the shield. That's when Aster, Ryok, and Shaman can come in and deal a ton of damage. That was the revenge rune, by the way, in play. But look at that. That was pretty freaking fast, if you ask me. And we don't really care about that, right? Counterattack. There's another counter. Having everyone on revenge was really, really smart. Whoever made this team, you're smart. Yeah, this has been one of the worst runs. Yeah, this run is going to be like a minute 15. There we go. So we still took it down kind of quickly. A minute 38. So that was like the slowest it's ever been. Of course, when I try to show you guys for the first time, it's going to look like garbage. It's going to look like trash. But it wasn't that hard to obviously rebuild the team. I mean, when I have all these runes sitting around, it's not going to be hard to rune all of them. They could be better. I know all the runes could be better. My Abigail could not be awakened. Um, but I just want to make sure that whenever I'm runing units again, I'm not just runing them with any old rune I have lying around. I want to rune them with the best possible runes that I believe that I can achieve, right? So it's like I could again show you examples, but like I tried to show you guys a couple examples last video, but apparently it's not good enough with Tashar. Like Tashar, I think like is a really good looking Tashar. Like my Tashar is really good looking. Um, Look at that. See, clean. That was clean, bro. But it's just like I try to aim for like that level of quality, and it's like I'm trying to do that here, but it's just like eventually it's just like it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time, and with each unit that I rune, it's just like they're runed. See, 57 seconds. That was pretty good. I'm gonna keep that. But with each unit that I rune, it's just like they're gonna run into their own problems. They're gonna be like, okay, they need a little bit of extra work being put into them. Like I could show you like Konamiya, for example. He's one that I looked at earlier, and I was like, he looks good. Like he looks like a really good unit. But of course, his runes could still use work. Like this one could have grinds on it, and only that he needs a gem for this, so I could switch that out to either, uh, probably either flat HP maybe. I don't know if you can get flat defense on here. I know you can't get defense percent, but yeah, flat HP would be the way to go. But it's just he looks good. I just want to make sure I'm aiming for a certain level of like not of quality, right? I guess. So it's going to take time because I want to make sure that they're all quality units, that they're not just kind of thrown together. Like I could literally start pointing out some units like Darien. Darien is a unit that most people would build like a little bit of speed and just tons of HP. But it's like, look, at my Darien, it's like decent speed, really tanky, over 30k bonus HP, 600 bonus defense, 95% accuracy. He does everything that I need him to do and then some. I mean, he reduces the damage others receive, but obviously he's going to take increased damage. But with his tanky stats, he's not dying so easily. He's landing his defense breaks, he's landing his attack breaks, and absorbing the attack bars of whatever enemies that I do decide to, pair him up against. It's just like this is the type of stuff I'm aiming for. I mean, you go into like this comment, the debate section. It's just like most people tend to not have the same quality of units that I do. It's like even for this guy, I mean, his runes are pretty good, but it's just like not the most accurate Darien. Tanky, yeah, mine's faster. Crit damage as less enemies HP. It's just like we could look at my artifacts, right? Is like my artifacts are slightly better, right? Of course, like I could switch out the crit damage as less enemies HP, but look, damage from dark minus 10%, damage from fire minus 11%. On this one, it's like skill 2 accuracy, skill 1 accuracy. It's just like I try to aim for, a level. So it's just going to take longer. I can't just, if I really didn't care about the quality of my monsters, I could get everything ruined in a day. I could get everything ruined in a day. But I try to care somewhat about the quality of it. But whatever, right? Steel Fortress. So this is the team I'm using. Obviously, I copied it from here. Usually the team that I would normally have would be something like this. But either one works. Like, I prefer the one with Irogar. Like, I was testing this one a little bit. So, obviously, the fastest one is going to be Zinc. So he's landing the beneficial effects block. I'll show you Zinc in a little bit. And again, he'll be another example of me trying to aim for quality somewhat. But he moves first, then Irogar goes, and both of them have the beneficial effects block. So it's just like you want both of them to move first, preferably Zinc to move first. So whenever you enter the boss stage and Zinc attacks, and on any of his attacks he places beneficial effects blocks, he lands it, right? And then when he lands it, the boss can't shield themselves, they can't place a defense buff on themselves, and you can quickly take out um, the boss. And Verd is here to help push turns, because that's the most important part. But technically you could also replace Verd if you want. But it's better to probably just get out tons of turns. Not that it matters here, because you're always going to get counterattacked. It's dependent on what you need. But like this works, right? So I think the most important unit to show you will be Zinc. I guess I can also show you Verd. But Zinc is the biggest unit here. The Ryoka I'm using is the same Ryoka that's in Necropolis. But let's see this run finish. There we go. That's probably like a minute 20. That was a little bit long. Minute 30. There we go. But it works. Okay, so the first unit I'll show you is Verd. He looks alright. I mean, I'll just do one of these. So I guess like for substats, I care more about getting him 100% crit rate. Then there's like attack, crit damage, and like HP. Like trying to aim for kind of go all around. Like I don't want him to be super duper squishy, but you see that I failed to achieve that. Like this one has a good amount of HP and defense, but I think the rest of them aim for him having speed and attack percent. It's like the crit rate really took over, but he's decently fast. Like surprisingly for not having slot 2 speed. Is that? Oh, I thought that was attack, attack, attack. Um, he hits hard enough. He deals good enough amount of damage. Violent Blade, so he actually takes extra turns. So damage taken from fire minus 16%, which helps with dragons because I know that's probably where he's gonna get hit the hardest. Damage dealt on fire plus 5%. Crit damage as the enemy has less HP plus 14%. Additional damage by 6% of attack. I mean, this is like the perfect artifact for him in my opinion. Skill 2 crit damage, cool. Skill 3 for crit damage, which I need to switch that around. That was from another monster from a while ago, I believe. Crit damage as the enemy has more HP, max 4%, and then life drain plus 27%, which works, I think, with his first skill. But, really good unit, right? Zinc. Zinc needs to be the fastest one on your team. As you can see, mine is relatively fast. All I gave a fuck about was speed, HP, and any type of tanky stats, accuracy. So, again, I tried to aim somewhat for quality. As for his artifacts, accuracy is the most important. So for like his left artifact, just get him anything that reduces damage that he takes. So crit damage taken minus 3%, damage taken from dark minus 14%, damage taken from fire minus 10%. The life drain I could switch out eventually if I want to. This one, skill 2, 3, and 1 accuracy increases by a good amount, and then attack and defense effects. So he's landing most of the time. I guess I could show you Lauren. Lauren, decent unit, right? Almost 100% accuracy. Nice, right? Like, she fits well. Her runes aren't gonna, or her artifacts aren't gonna be that great. A lot of them, like, I've just gotten back into farming artifacts, so I'm probably gonna farm artifacts like a ton, and then go back through all of their artifacts and make sure that they're good. But I'll do that whenever I have a ton of downtime. Punisher's Crypt. I mean, this is the basic Punisher's Crypt team, the most basic one. I think I made a video on Punisher's Crypt, but just in case I haven't, again, you're kind of doing this whole combo thing. It's like this team takes inspiration from like Trikaru, right? Where like with Verd, you're trying to get out as many turns as possible by pushing the attack bar. All of these units have combo attacks. I'm about to look crazy right now, but let's try that. And then I know Crow was like a lot of damage, but the Punisher's Crypt boss don't even hit that hard. And Irogar gives attack buff. Let's just see what this look like. Okay. I'm doing this like randomly out of nowhere. Like I was just now like about 30 minutes ago or so doing a Punisher script repeat battle with the Crow one, and they were doing decent, about around a minute average, a little bit above a minute. But again, as long as they're completing the runs, I don't care. Like, look at that, dude. They're actually doing good. Is this the team? Am I giving you guys some sauce? Low key, dude. I'm cooking with this real quick. Hold up. I'm kind of cooking. Hit her all you want. She's tanky enough. She's a 2A. I mean, she's going to be tanky. Oh my god. It's kind of going a little slow now, but I could also replace a car with Crow. A minute 20. Not bad. I would need to test around with some other units, but that wasn't bad. Sell. Is that 10? Okay, this was Abyss Hard. Why did I get a blue one? Still drops blues. Oh, the only difference is intangible. Okay, whatever. I mean, those were all the teams that we've been working on. I mean, I know this video is already super long, but I've been yapping a lot, showing you 3 different teams. I mean, we're still working on a lot of stuff, dude. I mean, we're still building this account. The next thing we're going to aim for, mm, I think to be safe, let's go for Spiritual Abyss, and that's the only thing that we're going to aim for, just so it's easier to talk in the next video, because there's too many things to talk about right now. Once we beat Spiritual Abyss, and I'm beating it consistently, we're going to start heading for the other R5s. I mean, we already got Riff Raid 5 done, but I want to aim for the other ones, because the other ones I've never done before. And I think what's going to be the most exciting part for me is, like, I'm not going to like get any help from anybody. I'm not going to look up any guides. So like Blazing Beast, Frostshade Beast, Tempest Beast, I'm doing on my own. Your boy's doing on his own. And when I get those done, best believe you guys will get beginner's guides on it, right? To help you guys in case you guys haven't done it before, if I can get it done. But with that being said, that's all I really got. That's all I really got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.